Boom. So we're in our garage, Zimmy. Yeah, yo, catch it. Zimma. Who got the keys to my bimmer? Oh my, the girls them curry goat and roti. Yeah man, we're there. So it's an overcast day as you can see. Not so cold. I mean, I like it a little warmer, but we make it work. So today we got in some parts. A lot of parts actually. Take a look. Alright, so front and center we have the steering rack and pinion, we have the subframes, we have the both front axles and both front lower control arms. Those are new, got those in from FCP Euro. We have the radiator fan and that sexy looking bumper there. Oh yeah, and the steering wheel airbag. The emblem looks nice and fresh. But yeah, so I got the steering rack, the subframe and the axles of the same car, a similar car to ours actually. It's a 2016 328 Xi. I picked this up off Let It Go. I picked the bumper off Facebook Marketplace, and I got these front control arms from FCP Euro. As I said before, I buy all my control arms new, not used. I'm here at Euro Parts. I got this is a steering rack and pinion, and these are the axles and the front differential. So yeah, let's get them loaded up. The 550 is doing the dirt today. There's a lot of junky cars. So this is it. Came off a 2016 328i. It does have X drive. So see what it looks like. Yeah, and that's what we're working with so far. As you can see, majority of the parts are here. We still have some stuff on order, such as the lower control arms, the intercooler, and some other small stuff that will come in real quick. Yeah, the critical thing here is to get that frame rail straightened. Once that's straightened, it should be smooth sailing from here. So let's see if we can get that straightened today or how much progress we can make. Stay tuned. Alright, so I was finally able to take off the airbox. Now we have lots of space to work from the top. The next challenge is to take off this front reinforcement bar. But everything else is connected to it, the radiator as well as the headlight brackets. So I feel like it's safe to take off the headlights and put those away so they don't get damaged. Let me show you exactly what we're doing. So this extension needs to be removed, and it's being held on by these two bolts there. So now the plan is to take this off, take everything else off the front, and then we should be able to get our little hydraulic press up to this point and somehow jack it, and hopefully it pushes out the crumpled piece from below. So it's worth a try. Right, so this is the radiator here with the radiator fan, and we have all these radiator hoses that connect to the radiator. So we need to disconnect those. Alright, so I have the body jack set up here, and as you can see, one end is against the chassis of the car for brace, and the other end is against this little arm here on the subframe, where the subframe connects to the frame rail. So the idea is that as I jack this way, then the arm straightens, rotates, and eventually take out this crumble. I'm gonna set you guys up on the stand and see if you guys can identify any movement. Alright, so hopefully you guys were able to see some sort of movement. I did, but I feel like since the control arms are still connected, it's restricting that rotation that I'm looking for. I'm gonna go ahead and try taking off these control arms, try jacking it again, and see how much movement we get this time. So that's crazy. That's the condition of the control arm. Good thing we got new ones. Alright, so we have all the access we need. I managed to get the control arms free. This is the sway bar end link that's on order as well. This is from the steering rack, and this is the axle I also got free. Goes in there. So let's see how well we can get this thing straightened now. Alright guys, so I think I'll call it a day today. Even though we haven't gotten any rear repairs done, I feel like we made a lot of progress. We disassembled the front end and we have total access to the part of the frame that's damaged. And I'm sure you guys can understand that these sorts of things takes a lot of prep work. Yeah, and even though today's video was trying to get that frame rail as straight as possible, and I mean we tried using the body jack and it didn't work, but I feel like I want to give it one more go. After assessing the situation, like we are trying to jack the subframe while everything else is connected to it, so that's restricted movement. So I feel like if we can strategically cut the subframe and, you know, disconnect everything else, then that will allow for more movement. So I'll definitely try that, and if that doesn't work, the frame shop is there. They'll get it straightened. Alright, boom, it is the next day. See, your boy got a fresh cut. Don't know, Valentine's Day come up. For all of the ladies that don't have a date, just link up. Alright, check it. So we still left on mission, straighten the frame rail. Yesterday we were able to take off the radiator assembly, the radiators as well as the radiator cooling fan. Today we'll continue by taking off the steering rack and pinion, so we can have more space to cut that subframe. I'll try to use the sawzall to cut the subframe and try to isolate that part that we're trying to jack. So without further ado, I'll set you guys up on time lapse. Stay tuned. You wanna play rough? Okay, okay. Say hello to my little friend. Isolated. Alright guys, so as you can see, I made 2 cuts there to isolate the piece that we needed to jack, and we got that off, and I applied some heat to this and tried to straighten it, and as you can see, that bolt is pretty straight, and the frame here is pretty straight as well. I'm super happy with that. You just need to clean it up, probably get off the burnt and apply some paint to it, but I'll leave it here for now so it can cool down and set, but I'm really happy. Alright guys, so as you saw, we employed a lot of different tools and tactics to get this frame rail straight. Trust me, it wasn't easy. A lot of frustration, but I'm happy with the results. I'm super happy with the results. It's not 100% perfect as yet. I feel like when we take it to the body shop, which also have a frame machine, we will perfect it. It's more cosmetic stuff, but as of now, I feel like everything should be able to line up, the subframe and all the other components, such as the steering rack and pinion, the stabilizer bar, and all the control arms. Now, we had a lot of fun doing this. Throughout the video, you'll also see my brother-in-law, Tinganalinga. He's also my mentor, but I call upon him at times when I'm having difficulties or when I need a second opinion. And you'll see him featured throughout this build as well. And that will conclude part 2 of the build. Stay tuned for part 3, which will be about installing the airbags. They did come in, but I felt like that needs to be a separate video, and by the end of that episode, the interior should be crisp. And if you made it to the end of the video, thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't. Like, share, and stay blessed. Until next time.